And usually people that accuse you, like, or say something like, oh yeah, you're this and that, it's probably them themselves are like that. Be surprised. Isn't it true that someone who tries to sometimes there is some truth to the idea that people who falsely associate accuse others of wrong behaviors could potentially be projecting their own issues onto the target of their accusations. Projection is a psychological defense mechanism where a person attributes their own unwanted thoughts, motives, desires, or feelings onto someone else. And it's generally not a good idea to ultimately assume projection is occurring, as there could be a valid reason for concern or the accused may indeed be responsible. However, if accusations don't align with evidence, come across as extreme or obsessive, or are to arise in response to something triggering for the accuser, projection could possibly be a factor. People who struggle with specific problems sometimes accuse others more readily as a way to energize or distract from their own challenges. In context is important, is this a pattern of behavior from the accuser or a one-off situation? Are their objections consistent, or do they shift in reality? Ultimately, clear evidence and corroboration should weigh more than speculation, but projection is something to be aware of as a potential dynamic, especially in the face of disproportionate, obsessive, or irrational accusations without cause. Here's the Bible. Jesus looking at the heart motives rather than the outward appearances. 1 Samuel chapter 16 verse 7. But the Lord said to Samuel, do not look at his appearance or at the height of his stature, because I have rejected him. For God sees not as a man sees, for man looks at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. 1 Chronicles chapter 28 verse 9. And you, Solomon, my son, know that God of your father, and serve him with a whole heart and a willing mind, for the Lord searches all hearts and understands every plan and thought. Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 10. I, the Lord, search the heart and test the mind, to give every man according to his ways, according to the fruit of his deeds. In Luke chapter 16 verse 15. And he said to them, you are those who justify yourself before men, but God knows your hearts. For what is exalted among men is an abomination in the sight of God. In Acts chapter 1 verse 24. And they prayed and said, you, Lord, who knows the hearts of all, show which one of these you have chosen. 1 Samuel chapter 2 verse 3. Talk no more so very proudly, and let the ignorance come from your mouth. For the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. In 1 Chronicles chapter 29 verse 17. I know, my God, that you test the heart and have pleasure in uprightness. People can usually only see what on the outside, like what you look like or what you do. But God can see inside too, to your thoughts and feelings. Humans might think someone is mean because they did something unkind, but God knows if they did it by accident or if their heart was really kind, even if their action wasn't. Humans might think someone is nice just because they smile a lot, but God can see if they truly are nice inside or just pretending. And sometimes someone looks scary, but God sees they have a gentle heart. Or someone can look happy, but God sees they're feeling sad deep down. While people see our outside, God sees our inside, the real us. He understands us better than anyone else. Human comprehension. Even when no one else knows how we feel, God knows our hurts. And that means God judges us by what's in our hearts, not just by what others see on the outside. And He loves us for who we truly are inside, not just appearances. God can use anyone whose heart wants to love and help others.